very much for joining me once again today. I've been wanting to show you how I made this card using our decorative masks for a while now, and they say better late than never. So I'm here to show you how I did it. It's a very simple technique, and there's actually a lot of different ways that you can use our masks. They're very affordable. Here in Australia they're only $10 for these four. These ones are called the Happy Masks. But happy patterns, sorry. But there's a few different ones, so you could collect all the different ones. The other ones are actually a different size altogether. So this is the hearts and stars. They're only $5. And then there's the dots and stripes as well. So there's a few to choose from that you can try these different techniques on. With the masks, you don't have to do just this. There's spritzing. You could even emboss, so you could get your Versamark ink. Even get some Versamark refill and daub it in and then emboss, which would look amazing. And then there's also tracing as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you could utilize those masks, and they're very affordable. So I'm going to show you very quickly how I did it. It's a very simple technique, but it looks very effective, as you can tell. I'll keep that here. So I'm going to use the craft, or the crumb cake I should say, but you could do it on craft as well. I think that would look amazing. So just line that up on your grid paper. You don't have to use that if you don't want to, up to you. But what I do like to do is just use a bit of washi to stick down the mask, and I've found that that's enough. You don't need to stick down the cardstock, because then you'd have to trim part of the outside that gets missed as well. Now with the Whisper White ink, it's quite inky. It's more like a paint than it is an ink. But you really want to get in there, get as much ink as you can on your dauber. Now there's a few different techniques to this. You could actually do your normal circle, which I found is good and it works well. But if you wanted a little bit more ink on, you can actually just push down and into the mask. So it's up to you how you find. If you lift off the mask and you find that it's not as inked up as you'd like, well, it's pretty easy to reposition it back in again and then just ink it up. So basically you just keep going until all of that's done. Now, as I mentioned before, the craft ink is more like a paint, so it does take a little bit to dry. So I actually did one previously that I finished, so that's what it looks like when it's finished. But I thought we'd try a different pattern today, and then I can make a card out of it. So even that looks amazing. Look at that. Wow. So you can even do a half masking. So if we go here, I've actually used the hearts. How adorable are they? So I'm going to come back in with my hearts mask. This is from the Hearts and Stars. And just line that back up. Let's see if I can find it now. It's probably around the other way. So I did it so that I could utilize a lot of the patterns at the bottom here. So I think it is that way. I'm wondering why it's not lining up. No, come on. There we go. Okay, so again, I'm going to use my washi to keep that in place. My washi is getting a lot of good use. Now, actually, one other thing. Because we've already stamped in the white, we actually want to move it across a bit so that we can use our ink. And as you can see on my card, I've just slightly gone off to the right, but it's up to you which way you want to go. So I've done the same thing here, but you could even go, we'll go up above and fill it in higher just for something new. So I'll stick that down, make sure that it's in a place where I'm happy. I haven't got a huge amount showing with the ink because it looks so amazing over the top of the white. So stick that one down. And the same up there. If you're feeling a little bit unsure with the bigger ones, you could even just add a bit here to the sides as well. Now, we'll start with the Melon Mambo, as I did in my other card. And if you wanted to, you could even just keep it at that colour. dauber, and then just come in and do the same thing. And it's very simple. Because the white ink is dry, it's not an issue about collecting a bit of the white. If you're a bit worried about it getting into your ink pad, you can always dab off in between, but as you can see with my ink pad, it's not getting any residue or white on there. So I'll do all that. I'm actually liking this Melon Mambo so much that I'm going to do it all this colour because it's just beautiful. And as you can see, if I wanted to, I might actually do it a little bit lighter down here. Just not as much coverage, just for a little bit of a difference. I love it when I come up with ideas on the spot, hey? Too much fun. So, let's have a look at that. Oh, it's so adorable. So what a beautiful card. I missed a little bit there, but that's all right. I can come back in and do that. But as you can see, how effective is that? Like, it looks like those hearts are popping off the page, ready to give you love. So there you go. How simple and easy is that? I really hope that you can use this technique more and try all the masks. Get them all. Go to my shop right now and purchase every single one. And then I'll send you love. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.